List of Go players. This article gives an overview of well-known professional and amateur players of the board game Go throughout the ages. The page has been divided into sections based on the era in which the Go players played and the country in which they played. As this was not necessarily their country of birth, a flag of that country precedes every player's name. For a complete list of player articles, see category Go players. The important dates that this separation is based on are the establishment of the four Go houses at the start of the Tokugawa Shogunate, the demise of the houses in the Meiji period and 19th century followed by their replacement by the Nihon Kiin in 1924, the start of international tournament Go in 1989, a Japanese census on Go players performed in 2002 estimates that over 24 million people worldwide play Go, most of whom live in Asia. Most of the players listed on this article are professionals, though some top-level amateurs have been included. Players famous for achievements outside Go are listed in their own section. Prior to 17th century, Weikai was recorded throughout the history of China. The first record of Weikai player was by Mencius. China, 17th through 19th centuries. In the 17th, 18th, and 19th century, Go was popular in both Japan Edo period and China period of the Qing dynasty. In Korea, a Go variant called Sunjang Badak was played. Japan. At the start of the Tokugawa Shogunate, 4 Go academies were established. This table lists all heads of these houses, as well as some that were appointed heir but died before they became head of the house. Tokugawa also established the post of Godokoro Minister of Go, which was awarded to the strongest player of a generation. Such players were dubbed Meijin Brilliant Man, which was considered equal to a 9-dan professional grade. Over the 300-year period covered here, only 10 players received the title of Meijin. Several other players, 16 total, received the title of Jun Meijin Half Meijin, which is considered to equal an 8-dan professional grade and listed as such below. In some houses it was the custom that the head of the house was always named the same according to the Emoto system Jia Yuan. All heads of the house now Jingshang were named in Seki Yin Shuo. Heads of the house Yasui and Jing were named Senkaku Zai and Jiao from the 4th head onward, and heads of the house Heishi Lin were named Manu Menru from the 2nd head onward. To distinguish between these players, the names listed below are the names they had before becoming head of their house, or after their retirement. The house Heninbo Benyin Fang had no such tradition, although heads would often take one character from the name of their predecessor into their own name, notably the character Shu Xiu from the 14th head onward. Asterisk all ranks are professional den grades unless otherwise noted. China. Asterisk players could achieve the level of Gyuishu, literally national hand, which is best in the nation and ranked 1 pin. This title is a derivation of Mencius' description of Yiq, Q the Yi player in Mengzai asterisk Gaozi Zhengju Shang, Jinfu Yi Zhai Wei Shu, Zio Shu Yi, Bu Juan Xinzhai Zhai, Si Bu De Yi, Yiq Tong Guo Zhai Shan Yi Ji Yi, Shi Q Hui or Ren Yi Kai Yi Ren Juan Xinzhai Zhai, Wei Yi Q Zhai Wei Ting, Yi Ren Sui Ting Zhai, Yi Xin Yi Wei Yu Hong Hu Jing Zhai, Si Yuan Gong Jiao or Shi Zhai, Sui Yu Juzu, Fu Yuo Zhai Yi, as being Tong Guo Zhai Shan Yi Ji, literally the finest Yi player of the whole nation. It is considered to be equal to the Japanese title of Meijin. The term Kai-sheng was first mentioned by Ji Hong in Bao Po Zai, Kai Zhai Wu Dai Ji Zi Wei Zhai Kai-sheng. The literal meaning is the invincible Kai player is called the Saint of Kai-sheng. Note that both Gyuishu and Kishing were not tournament winner titles. Instead, they were honorific titles used by Weikai players and historians respectively. Gyuishu was the normal term used to refer to the promo player while he was alive, whereas Kishing was used more as posthumous fame. The ranking of players began in West Han Dynasty 2nd century BC and formally recognized by the governments during the North and South Dynasties period 3rd to 6th century C. There were 9 ranks called pin in the system, the same as the ranking system for government officials. The lowest rank was 9 then 8 etc. up to 1. The difference of the lower 5 was about 1 zai, piece or stone, and the difference between the top 4 was half zai. 20th century. Japan. Women. Men. Men. China. Note: China formally adopted Dan ranking in the early 1980s. Taiwan still uses pin ranking in addition to Dan ranking. Korea. Taiwan. Note: Taiwan still uses pin ranking in addition to Dan ranking. United States. Europe.